Hey everyone, Daniela Tempesta here, and today I wanted to talk to you about something that I think is often misunderstood, which is the practice of mindfulness. And as we know, mindfulness is quite the buzzword these days. It's all the rage, and a lot of people are talking about it, and that is because it's proven to be effective to helping people with things like stress reduction, as well as the ability to slow down and respond instead of react. That to me is the biggest benefit that can be gained from the practice of mindfulness, is the ability to sort of become the observer of your experience, of your mind, to create some space between you and your mind, to realize that I am not my thoughts, that I can observe my thoughts and then make decisions from there. And oftentimes we just react. It's like a reflex. We don't even take a second to think about what we're doing. And mindfulness really allows us to slow it down so that we can make that conscious response instead. But oftentimes my clients will say to me, I suck at this. I can't do it. I'm just not, cut out for this. I can't slow my mind down. If I try to sit down and clear my mind, I just feel like I'm going crazy. I have all these thoughts, maybe it's just not for me. But the thing is, of course you are having millions and millions of thoughts when you slow down and try to quiet your mind. We all do. That's so natural. That's what the brain does. And the goal is not to completely clear your mind of thoughts. The goal is to become the observer of that process, the observer of your thoughts. So, for example, when I practice mindfulness, I'll be focusing on my breath. And when my mind starts to wander, what I'll do is notice that the mind has wandered to something else. And then non-judgmentally, without saying I'm bad at this or anything like that, I just pay attention and then I bring it back to the breath. So it's this constant process of noticing what's happening and then bringing it back to whatever focus point I have. Maybe you're focusing on a sensation in the body or, some sounds in your environment. Whatever it is, it's the act of noticing your mind, what it's doing, and then coming back to the present moment. And this can help us to A, become more present, but B, really get to know our mind and pay attention to what are the things that it does. I mean, the whole purpose of mindfulness is to pay attention on purpose without judgment. That is really what that word means. So you may notice patterns. Like I notice when I'm meditating that my mind often goes to planning. And so I'll just sort of say to myself, okay, planning, and then bring my attention back to my breath. Or another place I go is what I call replaying, where I'm sort of reviewing things that have happened in the past, maybe a conversation I had or the way something went down that I'm not that happy with. So I'll notice myself doing that. Maybe I've been thinking about it even for a couple of minutes and I didn't catch it, but then I'll just gently say, okay, replaying, and bring my attention back to the breath, back to the present moment. So over time, this really allows us to start to see that we are not our thoughts. And when we exercise this muscle over time, when situations come up that are very triggering, it can help us to slow down, get the bird's eye view of what's going on, and then think about how we want to respond. So if you're somebody who hasn't been trying mindfulness or thinks it's not for you, I hope that you will give it a shot. Try practicing a couple minutes a day of just paying attention and bringing your attention back to the present moment and see what it yields for you. Remembering that it doesn't involve instant gratification, but it's something that builds over time. Just like you don't get a muscle from lifting one weight once, you have to go to the gym multiple times before you get that muscle built up. I wish you the best of luck with this, and I look forward to hearing how you do with it. Take care.